Welcome to TDOC Talks. Today we are at the Northwest Correctional Complex to talk to Principal Ronnie Lanier about some pie flaps that they've installed in Building 4 on Site 2. Thank you, Principal Lanier, for coming today and talking to us about these pie flaps. As you can see, we're in an active unit, and this is one of the pie flaps that's installed. Could you tell us a little bit about how it works?
All right, so basically the idea is to keep access of the inmate to the person that's feeding them, or maybe having to cuff up or something like that. So what happens is once this is unlocked, you can put the food or whatever in here, and then this sliding door comes up where they can access, could be meds, could be food, whatever's, mail, whatever's necessary that needs to be done. And that's a function of that is to keep our staff safe and secure, make sure that nothing out of the ordinary happens when we're trying to get these folks fed and taken care of like we're supposed to do. So,
Principal Lanier, could you tell us why we decided to move to this model as opposed to the ones that were just flat on the wall?
Okay, so normally you wouldn't even have this contraption here. There'd just be a pie flap. It'd just be an opening in the door. So what happens then when you just have that opening in the door, the inmate, they can decide to do whatever they want. They can stick their arm out and keep it out. Let's say I'm trying to feed them a meal and I put my hand, the pie flap's open, and I put the tray there. Well, the inmate could actually reach out and grab my arm and pull it in. So, that would be an issue. That would keep, and not only that, now you also can go to them throwing things out the door with that pie flap up. Sometimes inmates, they get aggravated enough, they'll throw stuff out the door. So now it's kind of a area where, if they throw it out the door, nothing's gonna happen. They can't grab you because you've already put the stuff in, shut it, and locked it back down. So it definitely makes for a much more secure mode of moving whatever it is outside the door inside.
Could you tell us a little bit about the feedback, since a lot of them have been installed throughout the state? What is the feedback from some of the institutions?
The feedback has been really positive. The officers that are having to work these areas and the folks that are having to do the feeding on these folks are saying that there's a lot less interaction where they have some type of activity that is unwanted or maybe dangerous with some of the folks that we have in high security areas. So
it was manufactured here on site, correct?
Correct.
Could you tell us why Northwest was chosen for this project to create these pie flaps?
Northwest was chosen because of the actual scope of the welding program here. There's a lot more tools and machinery here at our welding program that makes it possible for us to produce these in the quantity that is going to be helpful to TDOC. So that kind of made it an obvious choice to choose Northwest for those types of projects that affect things statewide. With our machine that we have that cuts these out, it can cut them over and over and over again exactly, so we can actually go in production mode to make a bunch of these.
Okay.
And each of these parts is cut out by this machine out of one big sheet. It'll cut the same part over and over again, and then eventually the inmates will get them together and start welding them together. So they'll weld the different parts that are cut out of the stainless steel. They'll weld them, and you can see some of the welds like here and here and here.
So the inmates are welding these themselves, correct?
The inmates that are in our welding class are welding them, putting them together. It's the whole production, almost like machining them, where you put them all together and have a finished product. It's been a good deal for getting hands-on activity for our welding class. It's been a good thing for TDOC statewide and also for the state for that money savings or cost savings that we get. So it's been helpful all the way around.
How much has the state saved or had a cost avoidance of manufacturing these here on site?
I believe the last number I heard was between 3 and 3.5 million is a cost savings. So anything we can do to help keep things safe and secure in our prisons and in our communities, and also save the state money. You know, it was a no-brainer. I started getting phone calls, and my welding instructor started getting phone calls, and it was, you know, hey, we're going to save the state a bunch of money. Your welding department can do this. Let's get it done. And you know, that process has happened several times.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot of great stuff going on, especially to make TDOC better. So I really appreciate you coming out and talking to us today.
I'll be glad to help with it anytime.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in on the next TDOC Talks on April 4th. And as always, follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and check out our website at tn.gov/correction.